Hi, I'm Bruce Tremper with the Forest Service Utah Avalanche Center. And for the last few days we've had a lot of avalanche activity, several human-triggered slides, and on this slope right here we had a very close call. A woman was completely buried with an avalanche airbag and miraculously dug out in time to save her life. One of my favorite things to do is to come to a slope like this that just demonstrated in no uncertain terms that it's unstable, and then I'll dig a snow profile on this slope to find out exactly what kind of avalanche dragon we're dealing with. The only thing that's more important than how you dig a snow pit is where you dig a snow pit. You can't just dig them anywhere because garbage in, garbage out, so you need to find a representative spot. So somebody just triggered an avalanche 2 days ago on this slope over here. So I'm digging on a similar slope, similar aspect, it's facing the same direction. This one's not quite as steep. The thing I like about slopes that are not quite as steep is because they're a lot safer. That's the main thing. So this is only 30 degrees. That one over there was 40 degrees. So I feel a lot more comfortable standing on this slope than messing around on something that steep. The first thing I do before I even dig a snow pit, I'm going to probe with my ski pole or a probe to find out how deep it is there and to see if I can feel that culprit weak layer. With a ski pole it's really easy. You just push it down as hard, and then suddenly it just drops through into nothing. And so that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the weak layer. Then what I do, I like to just feel with my hands. I like to feel the strong layers and I like to feel the weak layers and see what kind they are. I'm identifying the snow crystals at that point. The next thing I do is I just cut with my snow saw and kind of slice some bread. I make columns in the snow as wide as the blade of my shovel, and those are going to be my little snow pit tests, little miniature avalanche paths on which I'm going to do some stress tests to see how well that slab is bonded to the underlying snow. Remember that the snow pit varies a lot from one place to the other place, so you have to do quite a few of these to get a good representative sample of what the snowpack looks like on average. My favorite test by far is what we call the extended column test, because it's a little bit larger column. It's 90 centimeters across and 30 centimeters up the slope. What makes it so good is to make an avalanche you have to both initiate a collapse on the weak layer and propagate that collapse on the weak layer at the same time. And that's what the slope tests for. So the way you do it is you cut out this column 90 centimeters wide, 30 centimeters up the slope. I can use a cord to cut it out with my probe stuck in on one of the corners. It's pretty easy to cut out. And I'll put my shovel on one edge of the column and tap 10 times from the wrist, 10 times from the elbow, and 10 times from the shoulder, harder and harder, until I can both initiate and propagate a fracture. If that column is propagating a fracture, then that slope is capable of producing an avalanche. Remember, this is the most basic video avalanche tutorial. To really know what you're doing, you have to take a reputable field-based avalanche class. You can also get the latest information from the Utah Avalanche Center website at utahavalanchecenter.org. Or if you want to know about the latest avalanche gear, you can talk to the gearheads at backcountry.com.